Hey, this is Christy with 478 TV. The time has come for me to introduce Beating Bariatrics, and we'll be launching May 1st. Stay tuned. Give you the details. You don't want to miss it.
All right, Miss Christy.
Definitely.
How you doing?
I am absolutely wonderful. It is such a pleasure to finally be in the seat. I've been looking at your work for about 5 years now, and it's my time.
Absolutely.
Definitely proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Definitely connecting. This is what it's all about. Like we were talking a little bit off camera about, people, they just not willing to stick together. And some people, a lot of people, they just don't, they feel entitled. They feel entitled. So,
definitely.
That's, we going to keep that in mind when we running through, all the hard work, that you done put in.
There is no way that you could come to a point where yourself or myself or any other entrepreneurs are without hard work. This stuff it's not born and bred overnight. It's blood, it's sweat, it's grit, it's grind, it's mud, it's dirty, it's ugly. And only the strongest will survive. It's gonna create a division. Either you're gonna stand or you're gonna fall. And clearly we stood because we're here.
Absolutely. Well, let's let's rewind back a little bit. Let's tell the people a little bit about, the background and, who Miss Christy is. Let the people know where you from and where you grew up at.
We only have a few minutes, so it doesn't offer that much time. You need a whole day to talk about me. But we definitely can. Christy, of course, a lot of people know me from East Macon. I'm born and bred. They raised me. I am definitely from the hood. I will never hide that. It made me who I am. It made me stronger. I was a young mom, teen mom. They are definitely adults now, and they gave me my drive. They helped me realize that I needed more than just what corporate America can offer me. They helped create who I am. They made me just be extra in everything that I do. I guess by me giving them advice with life, not only did I give it, but I decided to live by it as well. I tell them to go 110% in everything that what they've done, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. So we just not only want to work on corporate jobs, we want to build our own business too. And I wasn't able to put as much time into my own business because I was being a mom. They're now grown, and it's time for me to focus on me.
Well, absolutely. Just talk about like the daily life, on the east side of Macon growing up, for you.
Oh my God. Well, I had a mom. She was older when she had me. She was 40 when she had me. So I grew up on Boone Street. Some know where it is. It's right off of Sherland Drive, across from Athlon. And so what I like to call it was the hood, but it wasn't like Smith Street, Fort Hill Street. But I still got a chance to see everything. And I'm not going to say everything that I didn't want to be, but at the same time, it was everything I didn't want to be. I saw the drug transactions. I saw the multiple women with one man. I saw the mothers struggling, single moms struggling, trying to raise their children. I saw the different men in and out of the houses. And while it was also, it taught me. It taught me everything that I did not want to be. So, but at the same time, it helped mold me into a better person. I always say 2 E's can change your life: experience and exposure. And that could go in 2 separate ways. You can have a negative experience and exposure, and you can have a positive experience and exposure. It's about what you choose to do with those, how it could determine which way your life will go. So a day in the East Macon, I loved it. I loved it. And one thing that it showed me then that's not going on now is that it was brotherhood. It was unity. Even with the people who had addictions, they still showed love to you. There was much more loyalty 20 years ago versus what it is now. So, East Macon was definitely, it was different. And I realized I didn't want my children there. I mean, crazy enough, but I didn't want my children there. So, but East Macon was definitely, it was the cornerstone of my life.
Okay. So how was it like in the household? Like talk about like the family structure. Was it a 1-parent home, 2-parent home, and you know, did you have any siblings?
I definitely grew up in a 1-parent home. I'm the youngest of 6. I'm the only one not married. I was like the black sheep of the family almost. I had my children young, of course, but I was always different. My mama always said I was different, and I took it as a pessimistic statement then. I took it as a negative statement then, but now I'm really optimistic, and I like the fact that I'm different. I've never went with the popular vote. I did what I wanted to do. I've always been a risk taker, and I mean, but my heart is pure. My heart is genuine, and I get that from my mom. My mom was the sweetest person that you ever would know. She did a great job with us. She worked hard, and that's where I mimic her lifestyle. She worked hard for Bell South, and that's what I do now. That's all I know. So I mean, my sister, all of her children work hard, and I mean, it was a single parent home. It was definitely a single parent home. But once again, that taught lessons. We were.
So how what, you know, kind of talk about the family structure growing up. You know, you being like the youngest child, and you know, how was it like growing up without your father? Like you know, kind of like, you know, talk me through that.
Okay. Well, of course, growing up without a father, you definitely fiend and yearn for male attention. Now, don't get me wrong, that did not take me in a turn where I yearn for multiple male attention. I kind of just, if you could just find that one person that swept you off your feet, you definitely would gravitate toward them. So when you speak about East Macon and home and growing up, that's where I found my first love at. And he stayed next door. So, of course, being young, without a father, no one to hold me accountable. Mom worked all the time. What happened was, of course, pregnancy 1 and pregnancy 2. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I did finish high school, and I mean, honestly, I always say I don't think God made any mistakes, because a drive came from those children. A drive that I don't think I would have had if I did not have them. So that was life in my household. I mean, mother worked hard. My siblings stayed there with me, but with me being the youngest, and I also had friends who had dads. So when I went over their house, I yearned for that father figure, and I mean, like most girls, I found it in a man at a young age. That can be a blessing and a curse, but you know, he was a great dad, and we did raise our children. And like I say, being that person, it gave me the drive to where I'm at today, to desire more out of life.